The recovery is broken. It's just broken. He recovers way too quickly, considering how much damage it does. It's +5 on block. You know, homing high. Power crush. You can do this. But online, this is very difficult. So this is where you can do this. That's a punish. Because Fro's hard counter power crush. What's up guys, TheMainManSWE here, hoping you're all doing awesome as always. Welcome back to another Main Man video. Today we're gonna talk yet again about Hwoarang. A lot of people watched my video where I talked about how much I dislike Hwoarang currently in Tekken 8, how cancerous he can be to go up against. So I just wanted to give you guys a hopefully pretty short and concise video on like great tips to take with you when you play against this motherfucker. So first off, you can't compete with Hwoarang's frames. You just can't. Like, anytime he impacts you on guard or on hit, he's just plus a million all the time. I mean, you can see my numbers down here. It's in the red. I'm in the red, like, big old mortgage, bankruptcy. My numbers are in the red. It's just not my turn, right? You have to be very patient and you have to look at his patterns and try and go, is he gonna do a low? Is he going to do a high? Try and duck the high, duck the low, and punish him. You have to look at the Hwoarang player's patterns. I also would like to say that don't be too afraid of stuff like power crush. Another thing that's nice to have against this character is if you have like very evasive lows. Like moves where the character ducks under, almost like you do against Steve. Like stuff like that, that's very evasive, power crush. Look at those options, but be very patient and look at his patterns. What is he doing? When's the high? When's the low? Stuff like that helps a lot. Low parry is also, in my opinion, your best friend because Hwoarang is the worst offender when it comes to bullshit lows. As I watched my video, if you haven't, because I explain in detail how even if you block this low, Hwoarang is -1 and he can hit you with Flappy and launch you. You actually can't punish it. This is safe, right? Due to these options. Even on block, never mind on hit, right? On this down back 4, very quick 16 frame low poke. It's a mix-up. On block, you can also say about down 3-4. But so here, this recovers so quickly on whiff, even when I duck this low. But if I want a Demon God Fist here, 16 frame startup, very, very hard to do, right? You need very precise timing. That's a trade. Woo! I'm trying to do it. I got it. And this is in practice mode, by the way, with no lag. I can assure you that low down 3-4 on block with lag, or that down back 4, nightmare. Twin piston, easier. Still strict. So this is just where I want to say low parry is your best friend against Hwoarang. Because suddenly I get a mini combo, right? And I don't have to deal with all the mix-ups on block, right? Low parry will just shut that down. Hwoarang also has a huge assortment of lows, like down back 3, -13 on block, so not very punishable. Kazuya can twin piston, but you probably don't play Kazuya. It's like -13, -13, even has this, which is his best low in my opinion, at -12. It also has a very nice counter property. So just low parry, in my opinion, when you think Hwoarang is going to do a low, is very, very strong against the character due to unfortunate mix-ups on block that probably shouldn't even be in the game. But, you know, this is where you can say, well, at least it's very unique. So Hwoarang enriches the game with completely unique things, but yeah. Another thing that will save your life and might blow your mind if you didn't know about it is that some of his worst offender attacks are actually rage art punishable on block. So, and this is where Hwoarang players also get super lazy. You know, they'll start throwing while standing 1-4, which is, again, watch my video. That move is actually neutral on block. It's insane, and it's unnatural. Or this shit, right? Now watch this. This is rage art punishable on block. There's nothing he can do. That busted move, if they get lazy, you're in rage, and they start throwing this shit on your block, blow them up. Blow them up. Most Hwoarang players will get caught completely off guard by this stuff. And also, remember what I said about Power Crush. Not a bad option against Hwoarang. Another thing that you have to know, you know his amazing new move. Sorry, we're gonna record this. That move. Right flamingo stance for free. The natural mid plus 4 on block. It's an insane move. How do pros handle this move? Step right block. And just see what he does. Step right block. See what he does. Don't step left. So here, pop, pop, step right block. The reason you step right into block is because he actually has a launcher here that will track to that side. So you have to block. If he gets super predictable, like with a jab, you can punish him. A lot of people jab here because it's his fastest option. Very hard to launch though, especially as a Kazuya player. Can I electric? That's a punish. So again, step right into block. If he does the launcher, you will block that and you will punish him. Because he can also do a homing mid here, right? But that's also punishable. So again, anytime you block this, step right block. Also, they get very comfortable, Hwoarang players just throwing Power Crush all the fucking time. Please remember that this is -14. So with Kazuya, you want to do down back 1-2. Always punish this. They get very lazy with that. Also, they get very lazy with Backlash. Now I'm gonna give you some nice advice on Backlash. This move, you can duck this and launch it. The recovery is broken. It's just broken. He recovers way too quickly, considering how much damage it does. It's +5 on block, you know, homing high. Power Crush. You can do this. You can do it. But online, this is very difficult. So this is where you can do this. That's a punish. Because throws hard counter Power Crush. And this is not very hard to do considering throws are 12 frame startup. Yeah, throw punish this motherfucker. If you think he's gonna do a backlash, just throw him. That's a punish. You can also just dick jab at will, because when you dick jab, you have constant high evasion during the entire animation. And I get a +6. And anyone can do this. When Hwoarang is in heat, you literally cannot press into the character because he has a 10 frame launcher. This is a launcher at +3. That's a counter launcher. Like that down back 4 is legit a counter launcher. So when Hwoarang is in heat, you literally cannot press into him and you have to wait for it to run out. It's a pain in the ass because he also gets, you know, a bigger 50-50. He 50-50s with this. And it's a pain in the ass. But that's the reality when a character gets a 10 frame launcher. You have to be very careful of ever pressing into him when he's in heat. So just FYI. Don't whiff against Hwoarang due to having one of the best whiff punishers in the game in back 3. Do remember though that back 3 is launch punishable. No, it's -19, right? 16 frame startup, -19. If you know, you probably play a character that has a universal down for 2 or a hop kick, so you have an easy launch. But if you're a Mishima player, you should be able to launch this. and drop your combo. And then also, if a Hwoarang starts spamming back 1, do remember that back 1 is also minus 14, just like down for 3-4. And that's gonna round out my video. These are my advice on how to deal with Hwoarang. They have served me really, really well. But it's gonna come down to the most is you observing how the Hwoarang plays, the one you're going up against, and reading his specific patterns. A lot of Hwoarangs get quite predictable. They always wanna, you know, get into motion switch, right foot forward. They'll do this. That's also a counter hit launcher when he's in heat. Everything counter hit launches when Hwoarang is in heat. Giga busted. But like this sequence, I don't know how many Hwoarangs will have you at the wall. You're gonna want to counter it you with this sequence. Because that's a counter hit sequence. Oh, sorry. You see? That's a counter hit sequence for 1,000,000 damage. And they'll just mindlessly do that, no matter what. So what can we do about this? Mid, high, high, right? So you can either duck here, or just duck that hit. If you block, he's safe, but he's -9. But you have no clue how many Hwoarangs just mindlessly throw that out and just assume you're not gonna duck this, because most people don't. And also how many Hwoarangs just mindlessly, I mean, I went over this one, and you know how to deal with that now. Or Hwoarang's just doing this into Flappy every time. Because people just don't expect this to be neutral on block. And I get them. That's so ridiculous. Why is that neutral on block? Because it's unnatural. It's so dumb. But most people here will just press here and get launched. Flappy. With no second guessing themselves, the Hwoarangs will just throw Flappy there. And if they do, duck, boom. Note that, of course, the Hwoarang might do this. Oh, no, it probably, hopefully, it doesn't do that. Oh God, guys, I'm still getting used to my new stick. He might do this, of course, right? It's still a disgusting mix-up. Disgusting mix-up. It's all about seeing the Hwoarang players' patterns. These are the pointers I wanted to give you, and I hope they help you. And yeah, good luck facing that character. He needs nerfs, but hopefully these tips help you out a little bit. Have a great day.